Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Centurion1307 back at you, and today we're going to talk about the major changes that are coming to the Gears of War franchise that will be announced at this year's E3. Just in case you've been living under a rock, the Coalition assumed control of the Gears franchise in January 27th of 2014 when Microsoft acquired it from Epic Games. By October 11th, 2016, we officially had Gears of War 4 in our hands, and it was the Coalition's first crack at the franchise. That being said, the Coalition did not want to do anything too extreme for their first crack at the franchise. They wanted to show people that they can handle the franchise responsibly and create a Gears of War experience that people would love. To the true Xbox way of life, they didn't want to reveal how many people actually did play the game, but back in August of 2017, the Coalition made a little bit of a mistake on their website revealing how many people may have played the game. The man with a million, Randall Thor 19, who is a very reliable YouTuber, revealed the mistake in a video that I will link down below. In his video, he revealed that they accidentally revealed that over 6 million people had played Gears of War 4 and their active user base was in the millions on the online multiplayer. And if you didn't think there was enough love for Gears of War 4, just watch Microsoft's XO18 event where they had the Gears crew on the stage. During the interview with game director Rod Ferguson and voice actor Eugene Bird, who plays Del Walker in the game, the crowd was chanting Gears of War the entire time. You could barely hear the interview. During this in-depth interview in Mexico City, the two revealed the changes that were coming to the Gears 5 game. Right now, we're going to go over some of these changes they were talking about, and I'm going to show you some of the evidence that I have found that these changes are coming to the game. To me, the first big change that they are making is one that a lot of people won't even recognize. In every Gears game past, animation and voice acting was done in two separate locations by two separate teams. This time, the Coalition is going for a motion capture style game where they go in and capture all the animations from the actors that are physically voicing them. Why is this significant, do you say? Well, it was a technology that was hallmarked in the very recent God of War reboot where we got to see some really good animations as a result of this technology. Before you go and say the Coalition is copying what PlayStation is doing, this technology has been used in a lot of other games. God of War just happens to be a very popular one that it was used in. Now, there is one change that I feel doesn't need to be brought up, but I'm going to because there's people grumbling about it on the internet for some odd reason. The change that I'm talking about is that they are going for a more stronger female protagonist role in this game. I don't see why people are grumbling about this, considering there is numerous games on the market right now that have a strong female lead. One that comes to mind off the top of my head is Tomb Raider, and if we want to talk about a PlayStation game, Horizon Zero Dawn. They're wanting to focus this game on Kate and her story and the story of her mother and the connection that she may have with the Locust Horde. They're not wanting the story to revolve around Marcus and JD Phoenix. They want the story to be bigger than just those characters. If that wasn't enough, they're also wanting to focus more on the story of the Locusts and where they came from and how they started this whole war and how they became the swarm that we are fighting today. In Gears 4, the Coalition did not want to do anything to change the game too dramatically because they did not want to freak the fans out. The Coalition intends to evolve the franchise in Gears 5. They don't want to be seen as blatantly changing the game, but they do want to evolve it to attract new players to the franchise. I have to agree with their decision in doing this because I feel it's necessary to keep the franchise relevant for the future. In the interview, Rod Ferguson talked about how they were wanting to evolve the game into a more semi-open world game. Not on an open world level like The Witcher 3, they wanted to use a combination of smaller open world areas connected by linear paths. Open world areas like an ice environment, a desert environment, and there's even a photo of what looks to be a forest environment. Just in case you were wondering how you were going to move around these linear corridors from open area to open area, they've taken care of that too. The Coalition calls it the Skiff, and the explanation in the tweet that they're showing right here says it all. Personally to me, I think it looks kind of fun. The small tidbits that have already been released between XO and E3 already have me excited for what is happening to the Gears franchise. At E3, even more is going to be revealed. More specifically, the multiplayer is probably going to be shown for the first time live on stage. To prove what I'm saying that this will be revealed on stage, on June 11 and 12th is the dates for E3. Starting on June 14th, there is going to be a show called Eleauge, Gears Summer Series, The Bonds and Betrayals of Brotherhood. This show will be debuting on TBS, and as follows, it will follow the Gears esports scene through the eyes of 6 of the game's best players. It will follow their transition into playing Gears 5 for esports. In this show, we will see these esports teams have a hands-on playable experience with the Gears 5 versus multiplayer. And even more good news is that the Gears 5 game will be day one released into Xbox Game Pass, so you don't have to run out and buy the game. You can try it for $10. So at this point, it is safe to say that at E3, the Gears franchise is going to change, and I believe it's for the better. And yes, I've noticed myself that I'm getting louder the more I talk about this from the excitement that I'm having in playing this game. But please, let me know what you think down below in the comments. Should it stay its linear old self, or should it evolve into something new? If you're looking forward to playing this title, let me know what you're looking forward to the most, the story campaign or maybe the multiplayer, or perhaps both. I thank you again for your time. This has been Centurion1307, and you have yourselves an awesome day. And as always, if you like the content I'm putting out, please give me a thumbs up down below and hit the subscribe button. I promise I will not disappoint.